Hello everybody and welcome to Bravely Default 2. Today I'm here with Chibu.
Hi.
So we played Bravely Default and Bravely Second. So now we're moving on to Bravely Default 2. We have a D-Patriot on us. So hopefully she is in this game. We got a new setup here. So it's probably going to be a little noisy. Try to keep it down, but we're working with that. We'll start a new game. Chibi is the one on the control stick. She will be playing for this session.
I am that which whispers, which carries, which connects. This thread of life, adrift, untethered. It must be woven back into the fabric of the world. Remember. Remember who you are.
We'll be doing a normal playthrough. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, she's going to change the difficulty.
Now go. Return to the land. To your destiny. Cry out. Call out your name.
No, his name's Seth.
They were pretty good.
There's water.
Where am I?
Is this what the crystal wished to show us?
Without a doubt, my lady. Where the light led, there he lay.
Are those voices? But whose?
'Twould seem he is a young man of the sea.
This is all a little unexpected, I must say. But I trust you, Sir Solan, and I trust the light of the crystal.
He may not seem much, my lady, but appearances can be deceiving. In any case, he is in need of urgent treatment. Let us return to town with all haste. We will talk more of what this means at a later juncture.
Can't believe I survived.
You are in Halcyonia, in an inn. Don't be alarmed, you are quite safe. Now that you appear to be capable of speaking, perhaps you could tell me a little about yourself.
Me? Sure, I mean... I'm just a regular sailor, I guess. My ship got hit by this huge wave, and I was swept overboard. I don't remember anything after that. Guess I must have drifted here on the tide.
I see. Then perhaps it was the crystal's will after all.
Thank you.
Huh? What do you mean?
Ah, our young seafarer has awoken at last. Verily, thy plight hath troubled us greatly, friend. We had feared the very worst.
This is Sir Solan, the royal man-at-arms.
The... what?
Come, my lady, we must make haste. It will not do to keep King Vernon waiting.
Indeed not. We will leave right away.
Wait, you're going to meet a king? Who exactly are you?
Gloria of Musa, at your service. Princess Gloria of Musa, if you prefer my proper title. Although, since my kingdom was destroyed, I've been unsure whether I'm worthy of it any longer.
You're a princess.
I shall explain everything in due course. For now, you would do well to rest a while longer.
Sure. Okay.
Alright, so we got through the little intro section. Excuse me, 1 second. So let's give a
Feeling
quick
better
breakdown.
now, are you?
Yeah. Thanks for letting me stay here.
Don't mention it. It's only right to help people out when they're in need.
Well, thanks all the same. So this place is called Halcyonia, right? Can't say I've ever heard of it. Where exactly are we?
Ah, I didn't think you were from around here. All right, let me show you on a map. Here we are.
What the? This map doesn't make any sense. Where the heck am I?
I heard you met with something of a calamity.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. My ship was hit by a giant wave. Must have been a freak storm or something.
Oh dear. Yes, we've been hearing a lot about enormous waves and the like lately. We're all right here in the city, but I heard they wreaked havoc down on the coast.
That doesn't sound good. Maybe I should go check it out. See if I can figure out what happened to me.
Well, the seaside's not far south of here. Follow the road out of town, and you'll be there in a jiffy. Tell you what, why don't you take the map with you in case you get lost?
Friendly
Really?
lady.
Thanks.
Well, no, you're an innkeeper, so that is a good idea to be friendly, since you know you're customer base is usually people just rolling into town. So what I was saying was, basically how we're going to do this game is the recording will be mostly story-related things, and progressing through the game. You won't see any grinding for experience or job points. If there's like jobs that aren't part of the main story, we will record getting those. So we'll record side quests if we can do them at the same time as the main quest. So if someone's like, oh yeah, there's this old dude who can summon things off in the woods somewhere. He's like right left of a dungeon or something. Okay, this is just telling us how to get around. But yeah, so we'll try to keep this story focused as possible, and we'll try to do side quests if they are in our path and where we're going, or if they are related to one of the jobs. Because we'll try to get all the jobs, if possible. We don't know how many jobs there are, and we don't know what jobs are like main quest jobs and what jobs you can get as optional jobs. So, GB, you played through Bravely Default 2nd, or is it Bravely 2nd? Bravely 2nd. Can you explain that story? Because we don't know. Bravely 2nd was more of a sequel to Bravely Default 1 than it is a sequel. Than it is a prequel to this game, it may seem. So, what was the premise of Bravely 2nd? Because in the first game, your goal was to light the crystals to stop this calamity, but in the things, all you really was doing was making way for the calamity to come, destroy the world, and then you would be sent to the next world to do the same thing. Until you either did it so many times, you just ended up meeting the final boss, or you broke one of the crystals and initiated the final boss fight.
I don't remember too much of Bravely 2nd, but I do remember that it was less about the crystals and more about helping the character Magnolia fight I think they were aliens or something. I think she was an alien, and it was alien felt I think they were called balls or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you bring back some of the old cast, and I think a few another new character to help her fight them. I don't remember. Do you even I don't remember if you even got the crystals in that one.
Honestly, I don't remember. Because I forgot. I played through so much. I played through.
Princess Gloria, thank you for joining us. I think you may have some inkling of why I have summoned you here. It concerns the future of the Musen royal line. It has been 3 years now since you came here to our kingdom. And while I can only imagine your pain at having lost your realm under such tragic circumstances, there comes a time when one must turn from the past and begin to look forward. I wonder if you might consider making your stay here a more long-term arrangement. Prime Minister Horton has convinced me that in finding you a suitable match, we might sooner bring about the restoration of your kingdom.
Has he indeed?
Thank you, Your Majesty. Yes, with King Vernon's permission, I have instructed my heralds to canvass potential suitors for you, Princess Gloria. Musa's unfortunate end need not mean the end of its illustrious line, after all.
I see. And have you any thoughts on the matter, Sir Sloan?
The honorable gentleman's line of reasoning is not without merit. Such an arrangement would indeed benefit Musa in the long term.
Ah, wise words, Sir Sloan. Your reputation as both a warrior and a thinker is well-deserved, I see.
Yet I would not dream to speak for Her Highness, of course. 'Tis she and she alone who must decide.
King Vernon, your concern for my well-being is, as ever, far more than I deserve. Alas, I have a sacred duty to perform before I can even begin to consider such worldly affairs. This being so, I am afraid I have no choice but to respectfully decline your suggestion.
What? How dare you treat I mean, King Vernon's kind offices with such disdain? Why, a match has been all but agreed already. Do you wish His Majesty to look a fool?
That will be quite enough, Horton. We have no right to expect anything of Princess Gloria beyond her kindness in hearing us out. We are friends and allies of long standing, and her wishes will be respected. If it is not impolite to ask, Your Highness, what is this sacred duty of which you speak?
The time has come for me to recover my kingdom's greatest treasures, the 4 crystals. Fortunately, thanks to Sir Sloan, the wind crystal is safely in my possession already. But the whereabouts of the others remain unknown. And that does not bode well. Fire, water, wind, earth, nature's masters. The crystal's power exceeds the hand of man. And if unleashed, would bring down death, disaster, calamity and blight upon the land. I learned those lines as soon as I could talk. And if I understand them correctly, the troubled seas may be merely the first among many calamities to come. It is my duty, no, my destiny, as Princess of Musa, to do all that I can to prevent further misfortune befalling our world. And I shall fulfill it.
Very well. I understand completely. Princess Gloria, you must go. You must fulfill your destiny.
Thank you, King Vernon. Your understanding in the matter is much appreciated.
Duh.
These models, excuse me, these models look real nice.
Yeah.
When you're out and about in the field, it's a good idea to take a look around and get the lay of the land as you travel. If you're using the standard 2-hand controls, right stick will move the camera, press right stick will expand or shrink the mini-map. For details overview of the various controls, open the menu and go to the options and controls. When you're out in the fields or exploring a dungeon, you can press Y to swing your sword. Try using it to cut some grass or to give monsters a nasty surprise. You never know what might happen. And saving. You can save your game at any time when you're in town or out in the field by opening the menu and selection options and save. Even if you forget to save, the handy autosave function will occasionally record your progress for you, looking for the saving message in the bottom right corner of the screen. While this will be useful, you may still make a habit of saving regularly, just to be safe. So, in this game, okay, so in the other games, in the first game, in Bravely Default, the crystals were like these huge giant things held in these like chapels, and Anya's had to go into them and start praying to awaken them.
Yeah.
And that would like set the elements right. Like the first one we deal with is the wind one, right? In the desert.
Yeah, is it the wind?
Maybe.
I think there's either wind or water.
Okay, but basically, I think I don't know if it's wind or water, but we're in this desert, and the wind stopped. Yeah, it's the wind. When the wind stopped blowing, so
and the windmills weren't spinning.
yeah, right. It was like dumb hot. So you had to go and go into this chapel. There's like the decrepit chapel, and reawaken the wind crystal. And then wind would start blowing across the desert again, and it'll spin their windmills so they could like farm and do all that kind of stuff, fish and whatnot. And you know, they were these huge things, but now they seem like they've been relegated to like these tiny things that you can carry around on your person or something.
Little tiny crystals.
Yeah, but apparently they still hold the same power, because the water one might be causing storms out of the ocean. Now, quick question. Didn't in Bravely Default 1, when you start the game and the world like cracks open and Tiz's village falls into it,
Yeah.
and like he's on the edge, he falls in too,
Yeah.
right? And then he gets like this voice calling to him.
Yeah, pretty much.
So isn't this similar?
Yeah, so that like mean that like the same thing that happened to Tiz happened to Seth or something.
Yeah, right. We gotta watch out for some fairies.
Yeah, trust no fairy.
Man, it's like Legend of Zelda. You'd be sitting there cutting grass, getting all this stuff, getting rubies, magic potions and stuff.
Talk about this one patch and then go to the objective. There's nothing over here.
So let's talk about some of the characters. We'll be meeting them soon probably, but we know one is a mercenary.
Yeah.
The other is like some kind of a merchant? No, not a merchant. But I don't know who. I don't know anything about the other guy that's in the party. That he has like a beard.
Oh, you know what, Elvis?
Elvis? Okay, I don't know anything about him. I don't know what his angle is. I don't know what his deal is. But him and the mercenary are together.
Yeah.
And I guess the princess. Well, she's the princess trying to. Oh, you got in a fight?
No, I triggered the cutscene.
Oh, okay, let's watch this. Look at this cut, man. Look at these models. They look so good.
It's terrible, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I heard it was bad, but this is something else.
You should have seen the size of the waves. They smashed absolutely everything to
A monster! Quickly! Get out of here! Watch
Now,
out, guys.
This is the perfect time to talk about the demos that they came out with.
It's nothing!
These those demos.
Guess it's my turn.
Retarded hard. Okay, so you got two commands, Brave and Default. So, okay, use Default to accumulate build-up power and Brave to unleash it. Basically, you defend and you build up how many moves you can use per turn, and Braven is multiplying how many moves you can use per turn. So if you default 4 times, you get 4 moves you can brave into. But if you, and when you do that, when you, okay. If you brave and you haven't defaulted, you'll be in the negative. Meaning you'll have to wait a turn before that character can attack again. But if you default, it stops that turn, so you can use 2 moves the next turn, but you don't have to wait to use a move the following turn. So if you default 4 times in a row, you get to use 4 moves that 5th turn without having to wait a turn to attack again. But if you brave 4 times, you'll have to wait 3 turns to attack again. So sometimes it's good just to go all out and brave it and take out the enemies, but sometimes it's best just to default and then save up your turns so you can do a big move, and if it doesn't pay off, you won't be left vulnerable the next couple of turns. Defaulting is basically defense, so you take less damage when you default. So sometimes defaulting is just a thing you should do when you're fighting certain enemies or bosses, because they just have like really OP like AoE attacks or attacks that hit everybody. You can go over. It'll probably just be explaining what it is, what I just said, so you can skip all this. Okay, now it's telling me to do it yourself. So as you can see, it's got like, it has the images on. So you see you got a -1, but now you got a 0, so you use your turn to get back to BP.
Okay, what's the plan?
Yeah, now it's telling you, you know, risk of overbraving. Yeah, we went through this. And defaulting, you store up BP.
Crikey! Sorry, pal. I didn't see you standing there.
How many times have I told you? Look before you cast. You can't just jump in spells blazing.
And how many times have I told you? I'm a big picture guy. He's alright, isn't he? Don't sweat the details.
Someone has to when you're going around nearly frazzling people. Are you alright?
Yeah, I guess. But who are you exactly?
Just a couple of concerned passers-by. This guy's a wandering scholar, and I'm the one he hired to try and keep him out of trouble.
I already get Adia and Ring a Bell vibes from them.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm Elvis.
Hey, we're in the middle of a fight. What the hell?
Anyway, enough chit-chat. We've got a battle to finish. Try not to incinerate anyone, okay, Elvis?
Aye, aye. I'll do my best.
What's the plan?
Before you continue this fight, this is very strange. Usually, everybody starts off as a freelancer, right?
Yeah.
And you don't have any magic abilities or anything like that. You have to get the job White Magician and Black Magician before you can start casting basic spells like Fireball. But Elvis here can just throw out a fireball all he wants. So does he already have the job Black Magician? Or is the Black Magician and White Magician going to have extra special abilities? So, you know, at the start of the game, as a freelancer, you can cast magic and take advantage of enemy weaknesses, or what? And it looks like how do you say her name? Adele?
I think it's Adele, like the singer.
Oh, okay. Adele is over here dual wielding. I think that's also another class. Or could you always dual wield?
I think it's always dual certain weapons. It's just like some jobs. It's not like a good thing to do.
Okay, you continue. I wonder how this is going to play.
Come and get her!
I like the new magic effect. Looks pretty dope.
Here I go! Okay,
That felt good.
Oh yeah, the black mage. Okay, that's interesting. You get a character that starts with a job. Do you get access to that job once he joins your party?
Handy in a scrap, aren't you, laddie? That was some tasty brawling.
It really was. You were definitely more help than a certain so-called scholar I could mention.
Ha! Aye, less of that. I pulled my weight fair and square. Isn't that right, pal?
Huh? Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, you're only saying that because he put you on the spot. It's all right, you know. You can tell us what you really think. Besides, if you're nice to this one, it'll only go to his head.
And what would be so wrong with that, eh? Go on, son. Praise away. I could do with a wee boost to the old self-esteem.
Believe me, that's the last thing he needs.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out back there. Miss.
Hey, less of that. It's just plain Adele, okay?
Aye, we don't stand much in ceremony, us two. What are you doing scrapping with monsters anyway? You don't look like your average warrior, I must say.
Oh, I was just helping out an old lady who was in trouble.
Have a go hero, eh? Very noble. I reckon you and me are going to get along just fine. Which is lucky, because I'm about to take you back to town and treat you to a wee drink.
Oh, really? Are you sure?
Am I sure? After a bonding experience like that, I insist on it.
Well, in that case, all right.
That's the spirit.
Ho-ho! Then away to the tavern we go. I've worked up a right old thirst. Oh, but before I forget, have you seen one of these about the place?
What is it?
It's called an asterisk. Us two are on a journey collecting them, which is how we ended up happening across you.
But we're not friends or anything. I'm only here because he hired me.
Okay, details. Anyway, we heard there was someone around these parts in possession of one of these wee beauties, so I was wondering if you might know something?
No. Sorry, guys. I'm not from around here. Matter of fact, I'm not even here by choice. I got shipwrecked and just kind of washed up nearby.
A shipwreck? Talk about a calamity.
Yeah, I guess. But hey, I'm still alive, and I wasn't too badly hurt, so...
Aye, sounds like you've plenty to be thankful for. Not least of all meeting the two of us. Now, shall we go and celebrate or what? That bar won't prop itself up.
Okay. And now we have access to jobs. So they're askers hunters.
Yeah.
Or are they on like a mission from some like king or something, or are they just collecting them because they're dope things to have?
Your Highness, a wandering merchant brings most worrisome tidings. The desert kingdom of Savalon is beset by a sudden abundance of water. So much so that full half the capital has been submerged. A deluge in the desert, milady. 'Tis unheard of. I would fain hazard a guess that this is a crystal's doing.
Savalon? The kingdom is a muse and ally of long standing. And King Orion is a fine man. I am sure he would be happy to tell us more about what has been happening. We should head there right away.
One moment, milady. Lurk not in the shadows, rogues. Show yourselves.
Very impressive, Sir Solan. The greatest swordsman in the land is still as sharp as ever, it seems.
Thou knowest me. Then thee and thy companion are no mere sneak thieves, it would seem. Perhaps thou might do me the kindness of an introduction.
Well, since you asked so nicely, my sharp-eyed friend, I am Selena.
Yeah, and I'm Dag.
We will come straight to the point, yes? Princess Gloria, we want the wind crystal. Please make this easy for everyone and hand it over.
What?
Come now, do as we say and no one will have to get hurt.
Never mind all that fancy talk, Selena. Let's just bash him and take the bloody thing. The old codger's already got one foot in the grave. We'll be done with him in no time.
Thou thinkest me too old to school thee, boy. There is life in this old dog yet.
Ooh, Gramps has got a temper on him. Well, rage all you like, mate. You don't stand a chance against me.
Is that an asterisk?
Too right it is. Bet you wish you'd just given us the crystal now, don't ya? Bring it, old man.
What? Was it you? Do the despoilers of Musa stand before me?
Musa? What are you on about?
Mayhap you are mere mercenaries. In which case, whose coin hath purchased thy services?
I'll show ya.
Oh no.
Game's up, Grandad. Put the sword down, or the kid gets it.
Stop it! Let me go! Sir Solan, you must do as he says. What kind of monster takes a child hostage?
Whatever. It worked, didn't it? All's fair dinkum in love and war. Now shut your whinging and hand over the crystal.
Please stop it! I do not have the crystal.
Hey?
You have hidden it somewhere. Very well. Then we will just have to take you instead.
Never!
You will let the child go free? Then I will do as you say.
Princess Gloria!
Hostage trade, eh? Not a bad idea. And I'd probably go along with it too if Greybeard here hadn't rubbed me up the wrong way.
Sir Sloan!
Fear not, Your Highness. 'Twill take a mightier blow than this to fell me.
Will it now? Well, there's a coincidence, because that's exactly what I was about to give you. Ready or not?
Your Highness!
I have already agreed to come with you. There is no need for further bloodshed.
Oh, yeah? Think you can tell me what to do ya? You ain't the princess of me, girlie.
All right, Dag. You have had your fun.
But...
She was telling the truth. She does not have the wind crystal. Now, do as we promised and release the child. You can walk, yes? You must fetch the wind crystal and bring it to the abandoned house north of town. Once you have done that, we will release Princess Gloria. But if you even think about bringing help from Halcyonia, well, I'm sure I don't need to tell you what would happen.
Smell you later, Drongo.
Princess Gloria!
Okay, it just talks about wandering monsters. Now, you know what's weird? Obviously, that guy, Dag, doesn't have any particular sword skills. So why did he get what I think is the Guardian?
I think that might be what his thing is.
I mean, he seems to be a real shit, like, job user. And they got a party chat. Now, unfortunately, the thing they done with every game is the party chats are never voiced. So we'll have to read them. Comrades in arms. So, what? Why are you staring like that? Ho ho ho! Don't tell me you're taking a shine to Adele here. No, it's nothing like that. I was just wondering how long you guys been traveling around together. That's all. I mean, the way you guys fight and everything, it feels like you've known each other for a long time. How long has it been, Elvis? Since you first hired me? Crikey, I'm not sure. Did we meet before I set off, or did I bump into you later? I can't quite recall. Not that it matters anyway. Don't sweat the details. That's what I always say. So, you don't really know each other, or... Look, you don't need to go way back with someone and know you can trust them. And trust the most important thing. And trust the most important thing. You might think you need to know someone for years, but that's not always the way it feels. It feels a feeling you have, that's all. It's a feeling you have, that's all. And you either got it or you haven't. With Fidel, I knew from the start I was onto a winner. Had the same feeling about you and all. Listen to your gut, laddie. You'll not go far wrong. You'll not go far wrong. You'll definitely might. But let's just let him have this. Let's just let him have his thing, shall we? Sure. Stone. You know, it'd be super funny. Look, that's like some secret item that, you know, most people might pass by because like, I'm not cutting grass. But it's gotta look like. A dwarf's tooth? What is it like? Man. There must be some crazy fights because you just find people teeth all around the place. Teeth, money. A throwing knife.
Oh,
again, someone must have dropped their wallet. So feel free to get into battles out in the field. Oh yeah, I was saying before, man, the demos were hard as hell. Like, they got you fighting like 5, 6 enemies, and
they're wide open, get stuck in.
What's the plan?
Crazy. Okay, turn order during battles. I like turn orders. The yellow bar underneath each character's HP/MP bar is known as a turn gauge. When it fills, that means a character turns ready to come around. The speed at which it fills can be affected by all kinds of factors. For example, a character's speed stat and the weight of their equipment, the action characters taking their previous turn, and status effects that either slow down or speed up a character. The status of your allies' turn gauge should therefore only be taken as a rough guide as who will act next. Enemies don't have a visible turn gauge, but you will see a warning sign next to any foe whose turn is about to come around. It is best to try and deal with anyone marked this way as an urgent priority. Be aware, however, that these warning signs are also just a rough guide, and some wily foes have surprises up their sleeve. Exploring vulnerabilities. If you want to succeed against the various enemies you encounter, you will need to understand how to best exploit their vulnerabilities. Doing so enables you to deal up to 1.3 times the damage you would otherwise. There are 2 types of vulnerability: the elementals, fire, water, lightning, wind, earth, light, and darkness. Weapon types, dagger, sword, staff, etc. There are a number of ways to work out an enemy's vulnerability, but one of the most easy is to buy a magnifying glass from your local shop. In fact, buy a few and make the battle life a whole lot easier. You can check the vulnerabilities of any monster you previously examined by using the battle info command during a fight. Gaining the advantage. Approach the enemy from behind and you'll begin the ensuing battle with an advantage. Conversely, if a monster manages to sneak up on you from behind, they'll start with an advantage instead. This can make all the difference to your chances, and try to make sure you're always the one with the upper hand. Basically, hit them while they're not looking. Why does she have like a little twirly thing under her feet?
Okay, what's the plan?
Right, let's see.
Another thing, I don't know, but in demo you could target all enemies, while in the previous Bravely Default games you needed to upgrade the job to get things like the Viagra and all that stuff. But this one is lets you go all out. Probably because they got you fighting bigger hordes of enemies off the rap. Before you would fight, just a couple enemies at the beginning, and then later down the road you will fight more.
I can take it.
And look at that, yeah.
Still standing.
That is,
Sing the heart.
Okay. So it seems like a lot of the AI still behaves in the same way that it did in the demo. They'll always target your mage. Like unless they have like if they can exploit a vulnerability in one of your characters, like if they can put them asleep, silence them, or do something like that, they'll just go after your mage. They'll go after your mage and your healer. And the thing is, you'll fight like 5 enemies, and if you don't kill at least 2 of them, they're gonna beat the dog shit out your healer and your like mage. Like it's like they're smart as shit. Like they know where your weakness is, and they will go after it like full stop. And you're sitting here trying to figure out what their weaknesses is so you can exploit them. And they're like, ha ha ha, we don't need to know your weakness. We're just gonna beat you up. We're just gonna beat up your mage. We're gonna beat up your healer. Then we're gonna beat your two whatchamacallits up. Your fighters essentially or something.
I was going to like, give them like the black mage or something. Yeah.
Also, excuse me, also they let you equip 2 jobs from the start now, or do they always let you do that?
Help! Somebody help me!
You okay? What's the matter?
A horrible man and woman took me, but then an old man and another woman came and saved me, but then the man got attacked and now he's really badly hurt.
We'd better go help him out. Will you show us where he is? Whoa! Are you okay? Wait a second. You're the guy from before.
Greetings, young seafarer.
You're hurt. We need to get you seen to right away.
'Tis not. But the princess...
What happened to Gloria? Is she okay?
The fiends took her.
Never mind that now. Let's get you to bed.
You're right. Come on.
Well, I'll be jiggered. So you're the famous Sir Solan, eh? Lady Emma told me all kinds of wild tales about you, my man.
Oh, and how is dear Emma? Is she well?
I'm afraid she passed on 6 months ago or so.
I see. Thou wert her apprentice. Time truly does fly. Why, I can recall when the good lady studied under another herself. But forgive me, much as I would love to spend the day in fond reminiscence, alas, there are more pressing matters at hand. I must away and wrest Her Highness from the clutches of those unconscionable rogues.
Sorry, but you won't be wresting anyone from anything in your condition. I'd be surprised if you could wrest yourself out of bed.
But I must!
Well, how about I join you?
You are kind indeed, young sir, but I cannot allow it. The rogues in question are in possession of an asterisk.
Well, that's all the more reason to go deal with them, right? Besides, I owe you after you helped me out back there at the beach.
But good sir,
I'm coming too. If there's an asterisk involved, I'm there with bells on.
Thine aid is appreciated, but might I ask why the asterisk would interest thee so?
Oh aye, ask away, pal. It's because of this old book, see? I found it when I was going through Lady Emma's stuff. I couldn't read a word of it when I first picked the thing up. But we've an asterisk near it, and the gobbledygook starts making sense. And I'm nothing if not nosy, so I set out on a quest to find enough of these special wee stones to read the whole thing.
Intriguing.
If I can find another asterisk and help your pal into the bargain, then everyone's a winner.
Great! Then we should leave right away.
Though it weighs heavy on my conscience to enlist the aid of strangers, I fear I have little choice. You have my thanks. Her Highness has been taken to an abandoned building north of the town. Let us make haste!
Okay, so I was wondering this, because they kind of did it in Bravely Second, where you have like guest characters, or like, you know, like guest adventurers join you.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if they was going to do that in this game. So occasional companions. You'll sometimes be joined by other characters during the course of your adventure. You won't be able to control any such guest companions. But they'll help you out with the odd attack and healing spell. So will they be like, say we get in a fight, will they be there like just attacking and doing stuff occasionally, or will they be like off screen somewhere and then like just run in, attack, and then run off?
That'd be weird. I think that's how it was before.
Adventuring tips 2: tents. You can use tents out in the field at a save point in dungeons. Using one will restore all your HP and MP, cure any status elements, so it's a good idea to take a few along with you when you're setting out on the next leg of your adventure. You can buy them at good shops, so be sure to stock up. Changing jobs. Collecting asterisks will enable you to change your party members' jobs. Open the menu, select jobs to do so. You'll want to strike a good balance between the roles you assign. Party chat. Find memories. Are you sure you're okay? 'Tis not, lad. The concern is kind indeed, but far from necessary. Really? But he's one tough old warhorse, huh? He's gotta be hurting pretty bad. Aye, the way he's strutting about the place, you never know he was flat on his behind until not so long ago. Wait, I think he might even be smiling. Permit an old man his indulgence, friend. Just merely the four of us adventuring together in this manner bring back fond memories of old times. The four of us. Ah, wait, I get you. But I am forgetting myself. Princess Gloria remains in peril. We must away. Yeah, we better get moving, huh? Alrighty, let's shake a leg. And the pitchers walk off. Do. I can only pray that I will not impede these fine youngsters' progress. Wait, are you sure you're okay? Never better, lad. Never better. Now come. Time waits for no man. PG, god damn. What happened to like 5 or 10? Okay.
I have it.
Good thing you was out there cutting that grass. Well, gonna cut it here for now. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.